So here's a question that we get a lot and people don't quite understand, which is the difference between owning and renting a website. Now, most people think for their small business, I want to get a website for my business to, increase my reputation, generate some more leads. They can call me, they can fill out a form, it can tell the customer all about the great things that we do and the services that we offer, and that's fantastic. But what they don't recognize is that there is a big difference between owning and renting a website. So the bottom line is this: if someone reaches out to you and wants to sell you a website, but there's a monthly payment, you don't own the website. You're basically renting it. Now, that's not always the case, but a lot of times it is. So they'll tell you, well, we can give you this website for, nothing. You just make this payment, going forward. It might belong to you later on if you make a certain number of payments, but usually those payments go on indefinitely. It can be $100 a month or $200 a month. Now, if you're paying like on a layaway plan to get you, because you can't afford, the money up front to pay for the whole thing, and you just want to pay in installments, and those installments stop in like 4 months or 6 months once you've paid it off, that's fine. But remember that owning your website means that you have complete control, that you can log into your website, that you own the hosting, that you own the domain, that if you ever needed to fire the company that built your website, you would never have to go back to them to get access to your stuff. Now you own your website. So that's something that a lot of web developers do not do. Some will tell you, well, you need to do maintenance and upkeep on the back end of your website, and truly that's not really the case. WordPress, which is what a lot of good web developers will use to build your site, is pretty automated these days. The software and security patches are all updated automatically, and they very rarely break. And if they do, it's a really easy fix. So I guess my point would be, if someone is telling you that you need to pay $100 a month or $150 a month in order to do maintenance on your website, you're just basically renting your website. And in the end, if you keep that going for a long time, you could end up paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for a website that was really only worth about $500, frankly. So be careful about renting a website, and also be really careful about owning your stuff and having complete control over it. In case you need to fire the company that built it, you just send them an email and says, hey, I'm done with you. And you've got everything. You got everything. You don't need to go crawling back to them and asking them for access and asking them to, I need my URL, I need my hosting, I want to get access to my website so that somebody else can work on it. You don't want to be having to do that. So just make sure that when you buy a website for your company, that you're A, actually buying it, and B, that you have complete control over every aspect of it, so you never have to go looking for it. And that's it. That's our tip of the day.